Hello, my name is Amelia Westman Forbes, and I am a sixth grader. My question is for Dr. Shannon Walker. What is the routine you follow each day on the International Space Station?
Oh, what's my routine? Sorry, it was a little hard to understand. So it's actually pretty interesting. Each day is different up here. We typically get up about 6 in the morning. We have some time to read our schedule for the day, to eat some breakfast, and along about 7:30 in the morning, we start talking to the control centers all over the world. We talk to Houston, we talk to Huntsville, we talk to Moscow, we talk to Europe, we talk to Japan. We get instructions from them on what we need to do each day. So when we get up and we see our schedule, sometimes we're doing maintenance on the space station, sometimes we are doing experiments, we're doing a lot of those, and recently we just had a cargo ship come up, so we've been doing a lot of unpacking the cargo ship to get more science on the space station. We do that all day long. We get a little break for lunch, and then about 7:30 at night, we go around the world again and talk to all the ground control centers again. They tell us anything we need to know for that day or for the next day. Then we have dinner and we go to bed and get up the next day and do it again.
Hello, my name is Layla Westbrook, and I am a sixth grader from Nettleton STEAM in Jonesboro, Arkansas. My question is for Dr. Kate Rubens. Can you talk about any interesting experiments that you have worked on in space?
Layla, I can tell you are a scientist in the making. That is a great question. Yeah, we have some great experiments. So this morning and this afternoon, I was working on a really interesting experiment. It's called Cardinal Heart, and it's actually taking a cell type called cardiomyocytes. So these are the kinds of cells that are in your heart. We can actually take those and grow those in special chambers in microgravity. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. And we're trying to see what the differences are between cells that are grown in space and cells that are grown in Earth. So you can imagine there might be some differences. So we're going to send some of these cells are going to live on board the space station for 30 days, and we're going to send them back to the ground, and then we can compare the two different kinds of heart cells.
Hello, my name is Olivia Exum, and I'm a fifth grader. My question is, what hasn't been accomplished in space that you would like to see happen within the next 5 years?
Well, that is a wonderful question. There are so many things that can happen in space, but what I think would be really neat to see in space is for us to have other space stations and places for tourists and ordinary people to go visit space. Right now, you can see we sort of live in a laboratory, and there's a lot of work that gets done here. Sometimes it's just hard to enjoy, and it's just professional astronauts that get to come up here. So what I would like is for ordinary people to be able to go into space.
Hello, my name is Brooklyn Wheely, and I'm a sixth grader from Nettleton STEAM in Jonesboro, Arkansas. My question is for Dr. Shannon Walker. What changes have been observed in the human body during a long-duration spaceflight?
You know, it's really interesting how the body changes when it goes into space. One thing that happens immediately is your spine grows, so you get a little bit taller when you're in space. Yep, exactly. Some things that we have seen that we're still studying is we've actually seen changes in people's vision when they're in space. We don't know why that is, but we're certainly studying it. We've actually seen changes at the DNA level, I believe, and the cellular level that we're still studying. We see that people have a lot of bone loss in space, and so we exercise a great deal to prevent that so that we're healthy when we come home. So there's a lot to study about how the body reacts in space.
Hello, my name is Nakinia Smith, and I'm a fifth grader. My question is, what variables affect plants' growth in microgravity?
Hey, Nakinia, that is an awesome question. And so we're studying that very thing up here. We have done a whole series of plant experiments, and some of the variables that we find that are really critical for plant growth are the atmospheric conditions. So you might have studied about plants. They like to absorb CO2. CO2 is not good for humans. We produce a lot of it, but we don't want to breathe a lot of it. But plants love it, and they need it. And so we've studied plants up here and determined that they really need a good atmosphere, and we can separate the plant atmosphere from the human